all along teachers hear those who can't teach, or they hear negative things about teaching, or why would you go into that profession? And Dr. Milner held that profession up here.
I had no idea what good teaching looked like, and I think I didn't realize that I had had a very traditional mindset, and I had thought that good teachers were the sage on the stage who were so wise and could just pour into me as a student. And in Dr. Milner's class, I started to swing the pendulum toward these are students who have ideas and they can think critically and they can assess on their own, and I might have some content knowledge that they don't have, but really my job is to activate their knowledge and to activate their thinking and to really pour into them as thinkers and to empower them as thinkers.
As teachers, we just assume that our class is valuable and that kids will remember our class. And in reality, most kids, when they get out of high school, can only remember a handful of teachers. Most kids, when they get out of college, can only remember a handful of professors. And so I think if you become one of the handful, then you've really done something well. I was in his class. I graduated with an English major education minor, and he is one of the 2 professors that I could say really changed me.
So in about 2000, I was a student at Wake, and I was trying to decide whether I was going to teach at the college level or at the high school level. And I had always planned on teaching English at the college level, and I started to have these misgivings that maybe that wasn't the right path for me. So I wrote Dr. Milner an email, and I asked him if I could meet with him because I knew that he was the methods professor, and he was gracious and sat down with me and listened to me talk about what I loved about teaching and what I loved about students, and basically just said, you need to take my course, my methods course, and see what you think. So as a senior, I took the course and just fell in love with it. I was totally convinced that I needed to teach high school students, and that was where my heart was, and that was where my passion lay.
He was just so encouraging. You could tell that he loved education. The education was so important, so valuable. But I remembered loving the class. I remembered wanting to go to it every day.
I think that was the major shift for me, was this shift from thinking that teaching was just a really wise, dynamic person to someone who was really doing most of the work behind the scenes and was really activating students' learning. And that's, I think, what Dr. Milner focused on in both his course and his own teaching, and through the book, through Bridging English. I think everything shifted what I thought I knew into something that was much richer and much deeper, and really helped me to see the classroom as a totally different space. Working on the book, I started to see that so much of the vision of the book was Dr. Milner's, and then so much of the kind of the writing and the history and the depth was Mrs. Milner, Lucy, and that there was this wonderful give and take between the two of this is what vision and practice together look like.
What I remembered about your house, though, was I'd never been in a situation like it. And your family dinner was an event. It was, let's sit around, we talk about the news, we talk about what was going on in the world. I remember your mom just bringing up discussion topics. I'd never, ever been in a situation like that.
Professionally, he set us up for success, because it would be very easy to end up in a department where you become isolated and you keep doing the same things over and over again. We were introduced to the professional world of teaching so early that that wasn't even a possibility for us anymore.